Welcome back, YouTube. PTL podcast is back, episode 11. We got, let me see, to my left, Miguel. We got Mike. We got Alex. Then we got Ray, aka Greg.
Greg. What's up, everybody? Greg here.
What's up?
Checking in.
Light blue shirt only.
Yeah, light blue shirt. Dude, yeah, this is not planned.
They didn't give me the memo. Apparently, I was left out of that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, but if y'all haven't, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Are you good with sound over there, Alex? What's going on? Can you hear me? Oh, there we go.
Okay.
And
back.
oh, gotcha. And if you haven't, make sure you check out the other episodes as well. And we have some reactions videos. We got the Spider-Man one up now, and other ones. So make sure go ahead and check those out and comment below if you want to see any reactions or if you just like our podcast. All right. Today in the news, we'll start with Fortnite in the news. So Fortnite's been doing their icon creators, and this is not part of it, but this is the Suicide Squad. They already have some characters from the Suicide Squad on there, and apparently Jon Cena is leaked to come on, but I was reading here, it doesn't come out until January. I think that's kind of far away. But yeah, he'll be Peacemaker, right? That's him. So
yeah,
Fortnite's just because this is kind of together because J Balvin is coming out apparently on Fortnite as well. Now this one's a part of the Icon series where you have some, like Ninja. You had a Pokimane, LeBron James. Who else was it? A couple other guys.
Yeah, they had a little bit of
Ariana Grande recently.
Ariana Grande, yeah.
So Fortnite just keeps making.
I don't know what they're doing.
Well, the thing for me is like, so they're paying all, because I read somewhere where Ariana Grande got paid like a ton of money for that concert and her skin, and I'm like, dude, Fortnite is like, people are still paying for these skins, and it's crazy how much a money machine it's become.
Can you think of how much money they paid him? Because I mean, they really didn't do much for the. I mean, the concert was awesome, but
yeah.
She didn't do much. I mean, what did she actually do? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just selling your likeness, and
yeah, just selling your brand. I mean, but she didn't do much for it,
Yeah.
Which is good, Well, I mean, besides her music.
It's just a way to keep your name
Talk
out there.
about her like that.
Hey, don't talk about her. But
I'm out to her.
It's just crazy how they keep just making money, but to make the game better, I guess, for them, and they're still, they're one of the games that just keeps updating their games, and we talked about last time their new imposters mode, and it's just another way for creators to make money and for the game to make money in of itself. It has to be probably one of the most, like, as far as money making games, right, of all time.
I mean, I would think so. They keep bringing out new stuff almost every week. You hear about something new coming out, and either a new mode, new skin, new something. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's new something, and it keeps the game fresh. I feel. I mean, a lot of people have dropped out, from other games, but I feel like they're doing stuff. They're listening to the community and bringing new content every single time they can. It's great.
Well, I think I read an article a while back that Grand Theft Auto 5 was the highest grossing game of all time. I don't know if Fortnite has beaten it. I could imagine that they might have, or they're putting in like a good competition up for them. But I mean, all they're doing is they're just staying relevant. They're staying relevant by getting artists and, pop culture icons to releasing their likeness and their skins in the game. And I mean, for people who are into those artists, or who like the soccer players or football players, whatever it is, like they buy. I remember a buddy of mine who hates Fortnite, but told me that he almost jumped back in when it was Marvel characters being released, and he was like, oh, I almost just started playing just because of that, although he didn't. But that's enough to bring people back. If it's like, oh man, they're doing a Marvel series, I'm back in. I'm gonna play buy a few skins, and that's all they're looking for.
No,
for sure.
Yeah, and it's one thing that if they weren't making money back, I mean, it just shows that even though we're not playing it and it doesn't seem like people are playing it, I mean, there's still a lot of people because they wouldn't be paying these these artists, these creators, these like that much money for their skin if they weren't making that money back and more on the sales.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how popular it's.
Yeah. They earned a total of over 9 billion revenue.
Dang.
Yeah, and that's not just
bill
microtransactions because the game's free.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and the battle pass and all that stuff.
All the stuff they sell on the side. I mean, that's why a lot of you see nowadays how Jesse loves to those free to play games. I mean, you gotta. This is the recipe.
Well, this is the one that started.
It's a good time to be Jesse now with all the free to play games.
They're the ones that started it in the battle pass and the season
You
pass.
should honestly be thanking everybody, honestly, Jesse, for that, for them making Fortnite the most popular game.
Dude, the thing that I loved about the Fortnite season pass is I only had to freaking buy it once, because then it gives you enough money to
as long as you play it,
yeah. And like every other battle pass doesn't have that. So.
Oh, Rage, I fact check you real quick. Highest grossing game of all time is Minecraft. Sorry. And then GTA.
Okay, I stand corrected. Thank you for. I apologize to our viewers for transgress and lie I just posted on here.
I just wanted to clarify.
Good.
Well, next up we got on the docket here we got Destiny 2, and you know what? I'll let Ray introduce this one.
Destiny 2.
Here we go.
Yeah, Destiny 2. They recently on Tuesday had their showcase. Announcing, giving the trailer for their new expansion, the Witch Queen. Game that we had been kind of looking into only because we've been looking for a game to put some time into, and I've never forgotten playing original Destiny 1 when it first launched. Raiding with my buddies in the Vault of Glass, and so we fell off. We haven't been playing for a while, and I kind of, I saw a showcase coming out, so I wanted to take a look, and it was really encouraging. There's a lot of great news coming from Bungie and Destiny 2. The new expansion is, I mean, what I love about it is that the lore behind it. There's just so much story that they inject in these expansions that. It's not just, oh, well, here's a new enemy, go kill him. There's a reason behind it. There's a purpose, and that as a player, brings you in. It helps you to want to, you're invested in a story, and it helps you to get involved, like emotionally into the game. But they're making a lot of great changes. One of which, the biggest one, being that on Tuesday when they announced the new expansion. They also announced that crossplay is going live. It went live the day of the showcase. So they went, crossplay is now active, and with the new expansion comes also weapon crafting and there, I think the biggest thing, and Mike and I kind of talked about this a little bit, is how the people announcing it, they were developers. They're like their artists, and they're people that were in charge of development. And I think what was so exciting was to see how excited they were about it. I mean, you could, they were passionate. Like, I mean, you want to touch on that a little bit?
Oh no, I'm good. You're doing a great job.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, the devs were very passionate about how they were, the changes that were coming, and they announced, not just this expansion. They also touched on the next one, which is called the last one of this Light and Dark series, which is the Final Shape. They announced. So I mean, everything that they're just talking about, it's encouraging to see how they're continuing to develop the game, how they're rolling out new content, and they're excited. Like, their team is genuinely excited. And I think coming from playing WoW, where right now, I mean, their people are leaving. All their original developers are either gone or leaving. And after all, I mean, multiple reasons for sure, but lately, I mean, with the sexual assault claims or harassment claims, I mean, it has been, it's a rough time for World of Warcraft, and I mean, and that culture that they've developed there is not a healthy one. So when you look at what games you want to play, you're also looking at what is the future of this game.
Yeah,
I think Destiny 2, their future is very bright. If you haven't already checked out the showcase, I encourage you to do so. It's awesome. It's only 20 minutes, and it gives a lot of great information about the future of the game. It definitely got me excited enough to go ahead and jump in there and purchase. And until August 31st, the DLCs are on sale. So if you haven't picked them up, if you're thinking about it, that's another added bonus.
Yeah, it's one of those games that I was telling Ray about this, that I was always interested in, but the fact that whenever it was like a year ago or a year and a half ago, we tried playing it, and there was some parts that you could play, but everything was stuck behind a DLC, so you couldn't do much of that. And it was the state of the game at that point. They were still with Activision, so it was really, really, really bad. We didn't know what was going on, who was in charge, who was calling the shots, or any of that. So
yeah,
it was a bad place. But until the separation, I think now, especially with the showcase, I checked it out, and it does seem like they got a nice plan going. They do know what they're gonna do next, and they're listening. That's what great about what they said. I mean, they are listening to the fans and to the people that play the game, even after like if the game was going down,
was it Bungie and Activision that they split, or what?
It was Bungie and Activision, I believe.
I mean, but
I don't want to call out the wrong company.
No, but here it says coming in December they're gonna be having a new.
Yeah, it was Bungie and
Activision. Okay.
Seriously, by Activision.
Yeah, so it wasn't a great partnership, I think, and you saw that in their games. The games weren't great, and you kind of saw like they were kind of behind a paywall where you had to pay certain stuff to play their stuff. After the showcase, it kind of intrigued me. I'm doing a little bit more research because I really did like it's an MMO, it's an action MMO, so I really did like the style, the genre of the game. I mean, I like MMOs, so this just brings up another MMO that I can play, and it's a lot faster paced than WoW is. So as it is right now, I'm dragging my feet with WoW. I'm playing WoW just to do my dailies, I do my chores, and I'm logging off because I'm done with it.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to keep up with the game. But I do like it. I am going to continue doing research because I really want to solidify for myself to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to play this game even if no one's on or anything, because this is one of those games that you could do that where you could just play by yourself or play with friends. So it seems pretty good to me. I'm still doing research and I'm checking it out to see what comes,
Yeah, I'll probably check it out. I've seen gameplay. It looks pretty cool. Some type of game that I'd like. I've always thought about playing it.
Yeah.
Like Ray said, was telling me how all deals you had to buy and stuff like that. But now books, you get like all.
Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of
it's a new expansion comes out.
Yeah, so I might just.
Yeah, the new expansion coming out February 22nd, 2022.
Yeah.
That's 4 months away. And the good thing is that 4 months gives you plenty of time to explore the current DLCs, familiarize yourself with the game. But I think the biggest thing about the game that I really enjoy, and back from when I played it originally, is the raids. It's a 6-man raid that you go in. I think what's awesome about it is the amount of coordination that you need. It's not just, hey, everybody shoot at the boss, he'll die, and then we move on. Yeah. There's mechanics behind it that are complex, that require a lot of communication. It requires your team to know what's going on, and I think that's where it creates a true challenge. And when you defeat a boss, there's a true sense of accomplishment where you're like, oh my gosh, we finally downed this boss. Like, I know Miguel and Alex, that feeling from WoW,
Yeah.
But truly that feeling is there with Destiny as well, because the fights are so hard, So I think to be able to experience that in a first-person shooter, I think that's incredible. So I'm excited. I already purchased the Legendary Edition, which has all the DLCs. I'm excited to just get into it, get into the lore a little bit, and get caught up on the story, try some of the raids, and I mean, whether I play it by myself or whether we all jump into it eventually, I think it'll be a fun experience regardless.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, comment down below if you guys are excited about it. I played Destiny 2 a little bit, or Destiny 1, the original. But yeah, the great explanation of this new. When is it coming out in December or?
It's a new.
The new expansion is February 22nd.
Okay. Yeah, crossplay is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But
you didn't even touch on that, Ray.
No, he talked about it.
Well, he mentioned it, but now it's a lot easier for everyone to join together because before it wasn't.
It was only cross progression, I believe. He was telling me. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mentioned that the crossplay went live, so
that's easier to play with your friends.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, in this next story here, we got Apex. So this happens all the time in games, but they just.
I called.
Yeah, we did kind of touch on it, but the new patch nerfs Seer, the new character, the new legend. Yeah, he was pretty OP, but that's what happens. I mean, I think it's better if let me just tell you what it was first, and then we'll comment on that. So some of his abilities,
there's right here. There's a tweet. Okay.
Yeah, he possesses a set of abilities that so basically he collects a lot of information. And it was OP because his tactical ability allows him to throw out a cylindrical shock wave that damages enemies and reveals their locations for a short amount of time. And it also stops them from reviving, using shields, and using meds. On top of that, the stun. And on top of that, he has a passive ability that lets him detect any enemy movements within a certain area just by ADSing. So you would ADS and just kind of look around. And it'll show an arrow.
That's this way,
yeah, of where they were, and so apparently this new patch reduces the range of that detection, that passive ability detection that I just talked about, and it removes the damage from the stun, from the tactical, but it doesn't take away the revive, the heal, so people are still kind of mad about that, saying that they should take that away. But this happens in all the games when they do new agents. It's easier to I guess nerf them than to buff them.
Yeah,
in most cases.
That's pretty OP though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it gives you something to work towards because obviously you have to unlock the character.
Yeah,
but and then they nerf it to the ground.
Well, it changed the whole meta in terms of the legends that were being played in competitive. Yeah, because he became pretty you had to play with him. It just made everything so much easier, especially when they're not able to revive there in the last situation. But yeah,
this was bound to happen. I mean, we talked about it when we were playing that when we played a little bit of what's it called, Arena. We said that one of us should run Seer, but obviously we don't have the credits to unlock them. But yeah, it was.
By the way.
Well, yeah, we could have, but I'm not playing that kind of a game that I don't play that much. But yeah, I mean, it was gonna happen. We talked about it, and we talked about his abilities, and it was bound to happen soon. So I'm glad they finally. I mean, it didn't take them that long. It took them 2 weeks?
No, yeah, it's quick. And they said that they're not that they missed the mark or whatever with the way they introduced him. I don't really think so, in my opinion. But they said that they're still gonna be fans who are disappointed with the nerf, in terms of it didn't reduce certain things, but they're willing to make more changes in the future if necessary. So as long as
like that,
yeah, no, for sure.
They're gonna nerf much that are start saying.
Yeah, no, it's easier to nerf than buff. Yeah, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
In games. But this next one here, World of Warcraft patch update. They're adding solo island expedition.
Here we go, boys.
What's up? Tell me about it.
Oh, I don't know much about this. I just saw this and I wanted to throw it out there because I know Alex and Ray are dying to come back to World of Warcraft. So I can let you read the
Well,
I
apparently,
mean, okay, I'll just explain to you.
yeah.
They're at, you know how in Battle for Azeroth they had that NPC where you can go to him and talk to him, and he would take you to like an island, and you would do like little missions in the island for like Azerite. No, you guys don't remember that? Okay, well they're adding that to the new Shadowlands. They're giving you a little bit more things to do with these like expeditions. You can solo it or you can 3-man group it, and you go into like a little island. You do like a little side quest. It gives you like 6 things to do at the island, and they give you the options to getting like different kind of, not just materials, but they give you different kinds of consumables or maybe even mounts. They haven't said exactly what it was going to be, but it was going to be I think there's something that says that you're able to unlock stuff a little bit faster.
Okay.
Extra attractive loot and gear and shape of rare rewards are also up for grabs and benefit players who complete these raids and tasks. So it's just another thing to do while we wait for, the next big update type of thing.
Yeah. And well, they said that in reading this, it says that it's a small but instrumental feature in terms of the solo part of it, because now you can, it'll let you solo queue. That way you can do all these island expeditions, and it'll make it possible to set sail on voyages alone or party up to 3. But farming for the elusive Azerite will now be much easier.
That's right.
And I'm thinking it's kind of like translog stuff, and mount, stuff like that. Some extra stuff that you can.
Not surprised that they're making things easier, or what?
I'm not. That game's just broken.
We had like a whole episode on this. I completely agree, but
broken, man. Like,
it's only a matter of time before they need a revamp.
I can level both Horde and Alliance characters, every single class, in like less than a week.
You won't.
Like,
you won't.
I have.
Go from the beginning. Let's go. Challenge.
Give me a few
a week
drinks, some paid time off, and just what is it? 0 to 60? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
7?
I think it's 7. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I haven't touched that game.
Well, that's a little update for all the WoW players that are still out there and have not switched over to Final Fantasy 14,
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Ray has nothing to say about this.
He's done with it. He can tell the disgust in his face.
He's like, his screen is completely white. He has no idea what's going on in front of him.
Not interested in WoW. I mean, I've done my time. I've given it more than an honest chance. Like, I mean, it's not enough right now to keep me, involved and playing, man. I mean, I think Shadowlands, it looked promising. I was excited, and when I actually played it, and it's like, Torghast and stuff, and you realize how repetitive it is, and it's just like, nah. Like, I mean, I thought what would be really fun ended up being very, just became very repetitive and boring. Like, they didn't add new abilities in Torghast that make your abilities like, somehow look different or do different things. It's just like, we're just going to buff this ability. So you stack this buff over and over and over, and you become super strong. Like, that's cheap. That's not really
lazy.
Yeah, it's lazy. I mean, anybody could have thought of that and just put it together. Like, that's not innovative at all. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, dude, but like, that's not enough. That's not enough to keep me going. And when I left, I was like, okay, cool. Like, I'm ready to move it, into a game that actually excites me. And WoW just, I mean, if they made good changes, I'd be open to, checking it out. But I mean, they would have to be substantial changes at this.
Well, speaking of a game that excites you, or excites everyone, Battle 2042 coming out in October. And this article says that there's already it's not exciting. Hey, something new. It already has cheats and hacks already being sold online before the game is.
Let's go.
I love it. Sign me up.
Here we go.
Apparently, it's a website called I Want Cheats. Great name.
Oh, great name.
They claim to.
They're not a sponsor, by the way.
No, not a sponsor.
Oh Lord!
It says the cheats the site, which no one has been linking to for obvious reason. They don't put a link to it. It includes aimbots that allow users to lock on opponents and instantly kill them, cheat radars that highlight enemy players, and ESP hacks that display the names of the other players and how far away they are. And that website claims that the cheats are confirmed to be undetected, that boasting that it always updates the second the new patch comes out. So this is something that Warzone has been battling for years now, and supposedly on this new Vanguard update, with the Warzone update, supposedly this big anti-cheat system will come into play. So we will see how Battlefield
never be
handles this.
There will never.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that, because even games that do have anti-cheat like Apex, it's plagued by cheaters. I mean, you can't stop everyone, the way I see it.
It's just like scam calls. You can't block all them scam calls. It's like,
well, you gotta like block it so that it at least becomes playable. I think Warzone just became unplayable for a lot of people.
You know, I don't think it's fair to say that there's no way to block it, man. I mean, you know, I think that if you put good people in place, you know, build out a team devoted to, you know, reducing or eliminating, you know, hackers and the software that they, you know, sell and install, you know, and to have a true banning system.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, there are ways, I think, to curb it, you know, but I think the problem is a lot of these, you know, companies use BattleEye, which has been highly criticized as, I think it's basically free or something. I'm not sure on that, but I have heard that companies use BattleEye, and then BattleEye, you know, it doesn't even work well. Yeah. And that's the criticism, is like Destiny 2 is also like their PvP. One of the criticisms that I did hear is that their PvP does have hackers, and people have been asking for, you know, anti-cheat, and then they're like, oh, well, we're going to implement BattleEye. And then people are like, well, BattleEye doesn't work. So other games are using BattleEye, and it's not really stopping them. Like, so, I mean, I think if you're a multiplayer game, a primarily multiplayer game, and you want to be relevant, this can't happen. Like, this is your livelihood. I'm sorry. Like, you know, if you have a primarily like PvE based game and you have some PvP, I can understand. Like, truly, I can understand if you're struggling with this a bit. But Battlefield 2042 is a multiplayer game. Call of Duty is a full on multiplayer game. Like, how are you going to tell me that you can't handle and, you know, curb the hackers and cheaters out there? Like, that's just unacceptable. And that's ultimately why people aren't playing Warzone anymore. And so, I mean, you just can't. This is unacceptable to me. This is like a important part of, you know, being a complete game, is being able to like have it so everybody has a fair shot when they log in.
Yeah.
Well, this one will be. Go ahead, Alex.
No, go for it.
No.
I was gonna say this one is gonna be using the same one as Fortnite and Apex Legend, the same anti-cheat system. So we'll see how it turns out.
I mean, I completely agree with what Ray's saying. It does. I mean, if you're honestly a multiplayer game, you need to have that is what you do, honestly. And you should go the Nintendo route, start suing these companies that are making these hacks. I mean, you're messing with your code, so you should have some sort of justice there. Yes. And it seems like they're not doing it. I mean, I haven't seen Warzone do it. They've been working on this anti-cheat for, you know, years now, and it better be the best anti-cheat I've ever seen, you know. So, I mean, we'll see. It doesn't look good for Battlefield, I can tell you that, with this, I mean, news breaking out.
Yeah.
And I mean, I probably won't even play it.
Hopefully it doesn't ruin it. Yeah.
I mean, Warzone, I mean, at least Call of Duty has a campaign that, you know, oh, I get hacked on, let me go campaign or whatever. Battlefield doesn't have anything at all. They just have multiplayer. They have no campaign, no BR. It's just multiplayer. So I don't know what they're going to do for stop me playing the game, you know?
Yeah.
So,
well,
we'll see.
One game that is not going to have a campaign did there.
Nice.
Halo. Slick. Yeah. Coming out in December, and supposedly they kind of have confirmed, and not supposedly, they have confirmed that they will not have campaign, co-op, or the Forge at launch. And so they basically are saying that, hey, like, we're not delaying the game any longer. We're going to release it, even if there's no campaign, even if there's no Forge. They're 100% committed to the holiday timeframe, with or without that. So unfortunately, as we focused the team for shutdown and really focused on quality experience for launch, we made the really tough decision. To me, it just seems like Halo, I don't think it's going to be good. Delay after delay, and now they're saying this. It's like, we haven't even seen the BR that's supposedly still.
Yeah, there's no BR coming anytime soon, at least from what they showed. I know they did show something today, but I'm not sure what exactly it was.
Yeah.
It might have been another teaser that they always do, but I mean, yeah.
Are you guys even excited at this point about Halo?
I'm not a big Halo person.
I haven't played Halo.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, I have that game.
Yeah.
Not excited.
Mm-mm.
Probably check it out. Free.
Well, it's free with the Game Pass, I think. So.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be free to play though.
But the only good news out of that is that they're not gonna delay the game. But a lot of people like the Halo campaign.
Yeah, I mean, they're good stories. All right, they're good stories. They're really good arcs. You know, they well, some of them are. I haven't played through all of them, but
yeah,
they have a really good story, and the campaign keeps you going. But I mean, for me, I was never really a Halo multiplayer person. I've always gone with the other way from Call of Duty. So.
Yeah, I've messed around with some Halo multiplayer back in the day. I really loved it. Halo 2 was like the peak for me because you had a clan option built into the game.
Yeah.
And then you could do clan battles in the game. And there was a ranking system for your clan. So, you know, my buddies and I, we put together a clan. We started climbing the ranks, and it was incredibly competitive and fun. I don't think anybody had ever done anything as organized as they had at the time. So it was a really awesome experience, and just in general was really fun to play. Back then, I think the issue came with people lag switching, and so basically some cheaters, you know, ruining the game
early on
with lag switching. Like, your game would freeze and they would keep playing. You come back, they've scored twice. You're like, wow, okay, forget this game, you know. And we really did that caused us to stop, you know. So, but no, the multiplayer was always fun. I mean, the guns were always like, you know, I mean, I like the way they fire, everything like that. So it's a fun experience. Halo's a great game. You know, and then the campaigns is just always a great story. You know, just like you mentioned. I mean, they carry good weight. They're well written, well put together. So I mean, Halos have always been a solid game. I haven't been interested in it lately, but I think this is one that, you know, I may take a look at. I mean, maybe not day one purchase, but wait to see what the reviews are saying and see, you know, what is it about this Halo that really stands out for me, you know. I mean, I'm interested. I'll check it out, but I mean, I think the important thing first is, you know, what issues are they having when it comes out? You know, are they plagued by hackers and cheaters? I mean, again, that's like an important aspect of any multiplayer game.
No, yeah, I agree. And I just saw that the game is coming out December 8th.
There we go.
Will
100% committed to that holiday.
Yeah.
You know, but one game that is always coming out, you know. Here's the final storyline. The story
like
for us today.
That one was smooth. Yeah, I like that one.
Skyrim is re-releasing for the millionth time with their anniversary edition. Good news, according to this article.
Good news. Why did we pick this article out of all the articles out there? Like,
it's just a nice closer, you know. It's a funny closer.
So Skyrim is coming back again, this time on next gen upgrades for the PS5 and the Series X.
Do you think they just like copy and paste it like as they're coming out? The articles.
Yeah, right.
And wait,
for the millionth time, dude.
And
that's amazing.
Fishing. Apparently, Skyrim is finally getting fishing.
Oh, dude, I'm sold.
Sick.
I'm sold.
What?
Dude,
I'm sorry. Wait, what? No one told me about the fishing. I take everything back. I mean,
I'm sold on the game.
You know,
I don't think I ever played this game.
I played the first hour of it and I was like, okay, and I stopped.
Look, I got deep into this game. I got really into it. It is a great game. But it was a great game 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, 9 years ago, like
back in 2011.
Let's move on. You know, let's make progress in this life. You know, like, I mean, there are Elder Scrolls fans. You know, I'm not deep in the lore, like, you know, and I'm not like
you're spot on the date. It came out on November 11, 2011. I mean, that's 10 years ago.
It says on the article.
Yeah.
It says on the article.
Oh, I thought you were just. I was like, man, you got that down to the year. Wow.
Right, keep going.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep moving. But no, I mean, I'm not like such a Elder Scrolls like deep in the lore, like huge fan of the series. I did play Oblivion. I did play Skyrim. I think I played maybe one or two of the ones before. But you know, I know there's fans of Elder Scrolls out there that can't wait for the next one.
Yeah.
You know? And every time they think it's coming out, it's just, hey, here's Skyrim again. And it's like, bro, come on. Can we just get, I mean, there's been new consoles that have been developed faster than their next Elder Scrolls game, dude. Like, I mean, this is just, I'm sorry, this is cheap. You know, this is, I mean, the next Elder Scrolls better be like the best game ever to make up for this. Like, this is just like a slap in the face to your fans, to your consumer base. Like, it's disgraceful, man. Like, you just keep giving them the same thing, but let's just update the graphics a little. Here's this, here's that. But I mean, in reality, it's like people want the next game, man. Like, come on.
Isn't another game that's doing the same thing is GTA 5?
Yes. Yeah, and they fall right under the same bucket in my.
But they update their game with their online service. Their online service is constantly being updated. So it's more of a live action type of game now.
I get that. I really do, but still, like, GTA 5 in my eyes also is taking advantage of their fans and their consumers. But hey, that's fine. Like, people, you know, it's one of the highest grossing games because people buy those shark dollars or whatever they're called, shark cards or something, you know, and it's in-game currency that you buy, and then you can buy things in the game online or whatever. That's cool, whatever. Like, people like that stuff. That's whatever, you know, that's their prerogative. But to me, it's like, what about the people who want a new campaign? What about the people who want a new map? Like,
I don't think they matter when they've sold 30 million copies.
No, I get it. And money talks for sure. Yeah. So, like, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, you know, it shows you what their priority is. And, you know, whether gamers see that or not, that's up to them. But I see it. And to me, it's greedy. And to me, it's like, when are you really going to develop something that's, you know, new and valuable to us? Not just, oh, hey, here's new vehicles. Here's new. I mean, they've developed out the multiplayer, and I will give them a lot of credit for that. More credit than Skyrim for sure. That they add heists, they add new multiplayer modes, they add, you know, they are supporting their online. So I will pull my, I won't criticize them too much for that. But for sure, like, people want a new campaign, people want a new map, like, they want a new experience. I mean, Skyrim, they got nothing, dude. They got.
Are they even remastering it, like making the graphics better? Because this game came out in PS3 days.
I mean, they have to be.
Skip 2 generations.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Two consoles have come out since they released this game. That's like garbage, man. Like you got to get I know the new one is in development, but
yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
No, it is, but
okay.
I know that it is, but I'm saying like, I think it's been in development for a long time now, and I think with Elder Scrolls,
so
I mean, Skyrim just re-releasing is like, well,
Skyrim has sold 30 million copies. Grand Theft Auto has sold 150. Oh, I'm sorry, billion. I said that B word, not million, billion. So GTA 5 has sold 150. Oh, I'm sorry, million. My bad. Wrong numbers.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I was like, dang.
150 million, and then Elder Scrolls has sold 30 million.
I was gonna say there's not even that many people on this planet, dude. Like, who's buying so many copies of Skyrim, dude? Like,
yeah, it's 30 million since 2011.
Wow, that is crazy.
Number 19 on the grossing.
That's a good way to end the pod there with us and going through all this week's news
for the millionth time.
For the millionth time.
Yeah, y'all go out there and buy a Skyrim.
Keep
you have it for every console.
Get out.
Don't do that.
Buy it 2 or 3 times.
None of that.
Well, that's gonna be it for us. Any last words from any of y'all?
Skyrim. Don't buy Skyrim again. I mean, if you've never played it and you have PS5, sure. But I mean, yeah, besides that, don't do it.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in. And don't forget to check out all our other videos. And we'll see you in the next. Later.